Okay. So,
Do you have like a formal introduction or something?
well, I think what I'm gonna do is, there's gonna be a bunch of fake clapping and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, so it's gonna be I don't know how I'm gonna start it. So, I guess I'll just say, I don't know how to start it. So,
That sounds good.
yeah, so right now, this is gonna be where they hear what we're saying. Okay, I'm with...
Just
what is
like
his- what is your
our
name
man.
again?
It's our man.
Oh
dude.
yeah, our man, the Epic.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel that exists.
Channel link in the description below.
Yeah, exactly. And we're
Just
gonna be
write my name on the check.
yeah, and we're going to be talking about a very sad thing that has come upon us. They're making another Mario Bros. Movie.
But guess who's making it this time?
Well, yeah, I guess the people over at Nintendo, they were like, I guess we should get those dumb Americans to make a movie so that way we can money. So, who should we get to do it? And one of the guys is like, Illumination, why not?
Well, there's a huge big reason for all of this, and one of the big reasons why this is happening is because if you know a bit of what's happened in the news recently, Nintendo has partnered with Universal Studios to make a sort of Nintendo Land themed attraction in Universal theme parks, and Universal owns Illumination. And for context, Illumination are the degenerate scum who made Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets. Was that one of the movies? Sing?
Yeah, it was like, hey, Zootopia came out and it was popular. Let's make something that appeals to all the edgy demographics who think they're singers. Yay! Yeah. Much money!
It was just like a pretty everything they make is mediocre at best.
Yeah. Every terrible studio has at least one good movie. For Illumination, it's the first Despicable Me. It was okay.
Oh, yeah.
Even Sony... And if you do not know who Sony Columbia are, then
they made Emoji.
No, just look it up. Look it up.
They made Emoji Movie, right?
But they also have one good movie. They've got Claudia with a Chance of Meatballs, which is legitimately funny and good.
Yeah, I was about to say, where's DreamWorks in all this? What has DreamWorks been doing lately? Has it just been Shrek 5? Is that what they've been doing this whole time?
Well, if they do Shrek 5, I will be incredibly happy.
Well, because they are doing Shrek 5, right?
They actually are doing Shrek 5? That's not just a meme?
I mean, there's all these other video game movies coming out in, the coming years. There's the Minecraft movie next year and the Sonic... the Sonic the Hedgehog movie's coming out. Look at all this. This is all stuff that is actually happening. The Mario movie is probably one of the more concerning ones.
I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Minecraft and movie.
Yep. They exist. Yeah, I don't know why, but what are they going to do?
You know, the reason I haven't played it much recently isn't because I'm bored with Minecraft. It's because I don't want to be seen around it anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah. And plus, maybe we'll get a Lego Movie thing, but I doubt it.
Well, we're getting Lego Movie 2, so that's coming.
Yeah, Lego Movie 2, no, I don't think that's gonna be very good.
They announced it a few days ago, something.
Yeah.
Like that.
What? Oh, I thought they announced it a long time ago and just titled it.
Well,
Sorry,
they unveiled the logo at least.
Oh, okay. I would look that up, but if I click outside this window, it's gonna stop recording.
Okay.
But if you could look it up and put it in the Talk Here box, and I'll use that file and just kind of throw it up on the screen.
All right. Just a second. I'm kind of doing multiple things here. So there are a lot of video games coming out. The Sonic the Hedgehog one, I think, is live action. I don't know.
Live action Sonic
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, something like that.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, I'd get annoyed. I'd be annoyed by that. Like,
it's
but live action? Now I'm just confused.
Apparently, it's going to be directed by the guy who did the first Deadpool movie. Of all things, like, I don't...
Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out this summer, Rudador.
Yeah, exactly. If it was based off Sonic 06, it would be banned in at least 16 countries for the weird human hedgehog romance.
This is really funny. The Lego Movie, the second part.
Yeah.
The Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the best image I could find. You can probably find better ones out there.
Looks like they're already making fun of themselves, so it might be good.
Then there's also the Detective Pikachu movie, which is coming out.
What?
Detective.
I thought that was a game.
Yeah, there's a movie, and I think it has Ryan Reynolds in it, I think.
Wait, why is... Oh, Shroom says, oh, wow, that's just sad.
I do not understand that, man, sometimes.
What is Detective Pikachu? What
He's a Pikachu who's a detective, and likes coffee. That's about as much as I know. And apparently they're making a live-action movie about it.
That is really weird.
Yeah, we're going to probably get lots of weird video game movie adaptations. There's some good stuff that's coming out. Like, I guess Wreck-It Ralph sort of counts, even though it's not technically a video game adaptation.
Well, it's going to be, as many online references that we can fit in. It's just going to be, I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 is just going to be a cesspool of we paid for this -ity.
We paid. I think it'll try to be very meme-ified.
Yeah, I mean, somebody said, hey, they didn't necessarily say they're going to try to do any memes in it.
It's going to have some sort of internet tie-in if it involves a name like that.
Okay.
But back to the Mario movie specifically, it is, I think, partially like somehow spearheaded by Shigeru Miyamoto himself. He's involved in it.
I wonder how he's gonna save this. Oh wait, he probably isn't.
I don't know. He's done some animation stuff in the past, actually.
But yeah, they were gonna make an animated Zelda movie at one point, right?
Yeah, have you seen that? Like, there's actually a CGI, like a studio approached them and said, here is what we would make for your movie. And they actually gave them like a 6-minute clip.
Yeah, I would look that up, but you know, I can't do that.
It was very weird. It had that very strange sort of CGI art style you saw in like lots of movies. Like, did you ever see like Battle for Terraria or whatever it was called?
No, but is it like a photorealistic kind of thing?
No, kind of Clone Wars-y. That's the best way I could kind of put it into perspective. It kind of had like that kind of vibe going on. It was very strange. I'm kind of glad they didn't make it.
You know what they should have adapted for Zelda into a movie?
What was this?
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Well, that technically already is a movie in a sort of weird way.
Yeah, I've watched it all the time.
Like, do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
I bought tickets to go see Legend of Zelda: The Six Faces in theaters. You know, right?
There's the Six Faces. Whoa.
Or the Seven Faces of Evil, or whatever. You know, Legend of the Seven Stars.
It's just Faces of Evil.
Okay.
But yeah,
Faces of Evil.
They need to make an adaptation of Faces of Evil for the big screen.
Yes, of course they do.
So, getting back to Mario movie, which is kind of like, I guess, sort of the big sort of template for this whole discussion. I said Miyamoto's done some animation work before. He did these like short skits based on the Pikmin universe that were all 3D animated, and they were pretty cute.
Oh yeah, Pikmin, that thing that exists.
that's another one of Miyamoto's many creations that he's made lots of money with. Um,
Yeah. Doesn't seem like Pikmin gets very much attention.
it does in its own sort of way.
So it's like on Star Fox level of attention?
Well, slightly more than Star Fox. I mean, they had a game in like I think last year.
And a whole lot more attention than what is it called? F-Zero.
Yeah, F-Zero. It's a shame that we don't get to see F-Zero. I mean, because Captain Falcon's a great character. Whatever you say about the games themselves, I'd like to see him explored some more. Besides his very like, because those games are not very like huge on character per se. It's mainly just like
Mechanics.
race. Yeah. And so I'd really like to see them do some more F-Zero stuff. So I have kind of a mixed confidence in this movie, Mario movie. How about you?
I it's it's kind of mixed because I know it's not going to be like good as its own movie, but it really depends on because Mario has had so many different stories. Some of them have been real good and some of them have been Hotel Mario. So I don't really know. I don't know if it's going to be a good story. If they do an adaptation of one of the obscure games that I've played that nobody else has, then that would be cool, but I don't think that would happen.
Yeah, that's really what is the biggest issue is like what is the story of a Mario movie going to be?
I wish Gino would show up in the movie somewhere, but I know that's not going to happen.
If he's not showing up in Smash Brothers, he's not showing up in the movie.
Well, he did show up in Smash Brothers as like a hat that you can buy.
That's about it.
And he showed up as like what? Like a
might make a cameo.
He showed up as like a decoration in one of those Mario and Luigi games for one of their Game Boy or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he's had some like cameos for sure, but it would be nice to see them like put some references into like some deep lore Mario stuff because surprisingly there is a lot of deep lore Mario.
Deep lore Mario?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Just because there's like such reach you can go for characters, especially for like someone like Rosalina who has like a super crazy like messed up backstory.
Oh yeah, I heard about like Rosalina and Peach and them like having like a complicated darkish story to them.
That's
and
pretty.
I just think you're having this serious story going along at the same time as a fat Italian guy jumping on living mushrooms.
But that I don't like. What are they going to do for something like this? This is not. It's just Mario's weird to do for stories. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Paper Mario has done a good job of that.
So, I just don't know what they would do for something like this. There's tons of material, sure, but is any of it really like deserving to be put on the big screen?
Well, the whole thing about Mario is his character, exactly his structure, was made specifically to be somebody that you control and you have him jump around. That's why he jumps high.
There's not much of a personality in Mario. I mean, there is, but it's not like super obvious.
Like even in the RPG games that Mario's in, he's silent.
They do that on purpose so he's relatable to everyone. Because if he had, like any like crazy,
he's #relatable. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, like again, that's something that Illumination does in all of their films is they try to cram in as many #relatable moments as they can.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot. I forgot. I wasn't thinking about it. It's going to be Illumination. It's going to be...
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if they get like the right director, if they get like a director or like a creative team who is outside of the Illumination sphere, I think they could do a good job.
I got an idea. How about they get Illumination to pay for it, and that's it. That's it. Don't make them do the merchandising. Don't make them have any creative consent. Just have them pay for it, and have them have their name before it. Oh wait, no. Never mind. That would have minions.
So what is even like... I don't even know how many studios Universal has. Is like Illumination their only animation studio or something?
I don't.
Some
I
get
don't.
vaccinations, so why should you do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because like I would really like it if they would hand the reins off to someone else who might have a different kind of track record
Yeah.
when it comes to what kind of animated filmographies they make.
Yeah. What if it
Um,
were a like a stop motion claymation film? Just kidding. They're not going to put that much effort
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't do that much of a risk because stop motion. Like I would actually love it if Aardman were doing something. And it wouldn't be out of character because Aardman has actually worked with Nintendo before, specifically.
Wait, what? Aardman's
Yeah,
worked with Nintendo?
yeah. It was for the 3DS. Then when they were trying to market it, you know Shaun the Sheep, right?
Yeah.
They had a series of short sort of videos about Shaun the Sheep playing the 3DS at the farm.
I need to see that.
Yeah, they were pretty fun. Really good for like a like a promotional campaign.
Yeah.
I really appreciated what they did there. It's really cool. I love it when anyone supports something like claymation because it's such like a
Yeah.
painstaking art form.
Usually the stop motion, like, that's part of that's part of the point of the movie is that it's stop motion, and
Yeah,
that's how they're able to make money. They don't just spend 5 years making a movie and it also happens to be in clay.
yeah. It has to be like specifically like that's the selling point.
Yeah. Or at least one of the selling points.
Mm.
Like, the Paintbrush Studios, or whatever they're called, they're making a spiritual successor, I'm gonna call it, to Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is the
That would
Isle
be
of
cool.
Dogs. The Isle of Dogs.
Well,
It looks pretty much the same, but of course it's a different story.
well, yeah, it's a Wes Anderson film, and it's been out for a while. I thought.
Isn't it rated like R or something?
No, it's PG-13.
Oh, PG-13. It
Um,
probably has like cussing in it or something.
I actually wanted to go see it because, like, I don't know, Wes Anderson seems like a cool director to me.
Mm.
Um, and I like that he's not just like an animation director; he is like live action too, who took on animation with Fantastic Mr. Fox. Gosh dang it, mass-produced face nonsense, stupid metal face, worst boss in the entire game. Sorry,
What, did you get called by a scam?
no.
Oh, you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible boss design, stupid, actually make me want to vomit. Anyways,
Yeah, that's what happened with Mario RPG. I was really enjoying it. Now I'm at the last boss, and I haven't played in several days.
yeah, I hate it when like the bosses they designed are so out of left field, especially in like relation to what's been going on.
Yeah, I think there's pressure to make the last boss as hard as possible.
Always, which
'Cause if
like
they're like, they expect whoever has to approve it to be like, this is too easy, make it harder.
I feel like the best difficulty curve I've ever encountered in a game is probably with Breath of the Wild. There's such a natural like, okay, it's really hard, and then it gets easier the like more skill you. Um, which is like that's always been the problem with RPGs is because you feel very disconnected from what's going on at times.
I guess.
Because
Um,
it's not like it's your skill. It's like, oh, how big are my numbers? You know?
yeah, I guess. That's what action RPGs are for.
Yeah,
And it's also strategy.
in a way too. It can be annoying when you get like you get cheated out of something because of luck and not any actual skill.
Yeah, in the Mario games, what happens is every time you level up, you choose one of your stats to go up even more, and I think if you choose the wrong one, there's no going back. You can't undo what you've done.
Yeah, it's stuff like that also annoys me. It's because like games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, I know. But there's always those people who are like, if they play a game and they feel like it's been given to them, that doesn't boost their ego enough, so they don't like it.
Yeah, I get that. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that in the Fire Emblem community, which is because that's such like a hard game. That if you don't play it on super hard difficulty, then you're the worst person ever.
Yeah.
And you deserve death. You can, like, there's only one way to play those games, and that's hard. And if you play it any other way, you're terrible. And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't even bother with your life. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about Mario movie. But
people a lot of times, I've heard about this thing called the Lego Movie excuse, which is like, I guess the term now, because everybody had horrible expectations for the Lego Movie. They thought this is going to be complete trash. They came in and they saw it and it was really funny and really good and awesome. And so now when people are making stuff like the movie, they're apparently they've been gone on record using the excuse, well, you all would have said this about the Lego Movie before it came out too, right? Or I guess the people defending whatever movie it is have said that.
yeah, it's just like, I get that to a certain point. That idea of like, oh, you shouldn't judge a movie by its trailer or whatever. But sometimes you can tell.
I'm not judging this movie by its trailer. I'm judging this movie by the fact that it is being made by Illumination.
Yeah, or like, well, in fact, we haven't even really seen anything like.
Yeah, you can never judge a movie by its trailer.
We haven't even seen anything like art style wise. And that's unfortunate. Because like I really wish they would have shown some sort of like key piece of art or like some sort of. I think it's because they're so early on in the stage, so they don't really have anything like that at the current moment.
Yeah. The thing about, something else I'm worried about. Wow, what is that?
Oh, door opening.
Oh, okay. Something else I'm a little bit questionable on is for The Incredibles 2, it's the opposite situation. I have really high expectations for it, and if it turns out to be garbage, then that's going to be a huge letdown.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Incredibles 2 for several years now, like ever since I was in second grade, honestly.
Oh. Well, I've been waiting for it ever since it was announced, and that was like in 2016.
Well, no, they've actually been talking about it for way longer than that. It's just like this is the first actual like time it's been anywhere near consequential enough to discuss or show off, because they've been discussing it ever since like the first one came out.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there were some people who were like, well, who's the villain gonna be? I bet it's gonna be the Underminer. And I'm like, no.
Well,
no, it's not.
The Underminer just show up, but just for the beginning. Like,
the Underminer was like a joke that they had. The Underminer was actually their joke that we still have that one voice actor guy in here. Ha ha ha. You were looking for it. But they didn't put the Pizza Planet truck in there. So they still forgot their Pixar touch.
What's the Pixar dorm number that they always put in there? It's like A113
A113, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, something I wanted to say about the Mario movie, but I forgot to say it. Which voice for Mario are they going to use? Are they going to use his normal, blah, blah, I see you, I want to be the Papa John's, or are they going to use the whole, hey, Luigi? They have, that kind of voice on the cartoon, right?
Yep, that was in the original, credit card. I think it was, was it Bob Hopkins? I don't remember. Maybe that was, the live-action dude.
Well, no, in the movie it was Bob
Gosselin.
Bob Kamikaze.
Yeah, him. And so, I don't know if they could do a Charles Martinet, who is the normal voice actor. Do you think you could listen to him for an entire movie?
Well, the thing is, all movies have, serious parts in them. There's at one part where somebody's about to die, or there's something real serious going on during the climax of the film. I can't imagine that with somebody who's like, oh no, is this about to die, and I want to get my Papa John's pizza.
The other question is, how prevalent is voice acting even going to be? So yeah, I think the biggest... I'm going to reserve judgment until I see anything from this movie.
Yeah.
Like it has me worried. There are a lot of problems. There are a lot of like probably creative solutions you could come up with, but like like from like a completely like plot idea, like how do you do this? Like characterization will be difficult.
If the amazing plot of the movie is, giant Toto stole a Wadey, get back the Wadey, that would
it'll be tricky to come up with something for a movie like this. I hope they can do it. They don't have.
My prediction is I think they're going to do the same thing that they did in Super Mario RPG. Not the same story exactly, but the same setup. It's going to be like a regular thing where, the princess gets captured, he's saving the princess, he's fighting Bowser, and then something totally new that you've never seen before interrupts both of them, and they have to like team up to beat it.
That is actually a good idea. Like, it could be that. Yeah, there could be some original characters that could show up.
Yeah, I mean, original characters for a new story in Super Mario is not that's never been a problem. No. I mean, Square thinks it's a problem, but no, it's never been a problem.
Like, there have been so many original characters just for like one game that never show up again.
Yeah, like especially that happens in Paper Mario a lot. Like, some of those partners you get, you never see them again for the rest of the series.
Like, where is Lubba? Where's Lubba from Mario Galaxy 2? He showed up for that one game and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And
then Gino showed up for one game and then Square gassed him.
What about the princesses from Super Mario 3D World? All the fairy queens. What happened to them?
Yeah. That's the thing that annoys me about the Paper Mario series, is that it's not a continuing story at all.
Nope.
Every single one is different.
Welcome to Final Fantasy. There's like a lot here to discuss. But just the basic message I just want to say is that I'm fine with this being a thing as long as they do it right. They have one shot, and if they screw this up, they probably won't be able to make another one for a long time.
Yeah, and even if it is kind of a bad movie, like, it's like a mediocre movie, it'll still be cool to see the Mario characters as they're supposed to look on the big screen.
Yeah, I would like that if they could actually pull it off.
Yeah. Well, we hit the half-hour mark, so I'd like to wrap it up now.
Well, yeah, I think there was a lot of good ground there. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, that's our man, the Epic. He's been in a couple other videos, and I'll leave a link to him in the description. And I'm surprised that you've listened to this whole thing, if you have. So yeah, bye. Bye.